kind of share a pain point here for a minute. So Jim Reed had us fill out the sales test, right? And he's had us fill it out a couple times now. And the first time I filled it out, I felt great. I answered all the questions that I'm like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. And then I got a little bit more honest with myself. And the next time I did it, my number dropped, right? And I was like, I don't do that consistently. I'm just going to answer no. I don't do that consistently. Sometimes I do, but I'm just going to answer no. And then we finally did it at the LO retreat just recently, and my number was low, right? And my number was something that I was like, gosh dang it. Like, I do some of these things. I don't do all of them, and I definitely don't do enough of them consistently. And so instead of leaving with a list of 10 things I will do for sure, I decided to simply move the dial on 2 things on the sales test and then weave in some of my own stuff that was on my list for the 10 things I will do for sure, right? And one of the things that I circled no to, now I did them inconsistently, was sending videos. And as soon as I got back from the LO retreat, I did what I'm going to tell you guys to do. It's going to be your homework. And I have been gaining really good traction with it. So the reason I know that is because I was recently asked by a big group here in town to come to their meetings in response to a video series that I have started. So, and that's happened a couple times now. I'm getting calls, I'm getting messages saying, hey, this is great information. Keep it up. So I wanted to share with you guys, be honest with yourself when you're taking that sales test, right? What are you really doing? And what are you doing consistently? Like I can call 20 agents on a Monday, but that doesn't mean I'm doing it 4 Mondays out of the month, right? That means I'm answering no on that sales test. Just keep going. Stay consistent. Only answer yes if you are being consistent with it. And so that's going to kind of be what I'm talking about today, but I am not going to give you a tutorial of BombBomb. I am going to give you some tips and tricks, and maybe we'll come up with some video ideas, and then I'll let you guys go play. So one of the things that I had to overcome when filming videos really was the vulnerability of it, right? The look in the face of who's going to watch it. What if I send it and people respond with stop, which did happen to me. For any of you that are in Lane County, Miss BLD decided she did not want my videos anymore. So I had a moment of, gosh, this is hard, right? So one of the things I will say, tip number 1 is don't rewatch your videos. Unless you stumble through it, right? Just stop recording, but do not rewatch it. If you feel like you nailed it, send it. There have been moments where I've watched it back and then I'm doing it 5 different times. So do not rewatch your video. If you nailed it and you feel like everything you said was great, go ahead and send it. You're going to second guess yourself if you rewatch those videos. And if no one opens, that's okay. BombBomb will tell you if no one opens your videos. And at that point, you just pivot your content, right? So that's okay. So let me back up just a little bit. I do use BombBomb. BombBomb is a service that I find to be really, really reliable. You can create contact lists in that site for who you're sending to. You can add templates so that they look really nice, and you can add a subject line so it doesn't just say video from Loren LaVassaur. It actually says what you want it to say. BombBomb, I think, is $65 a month, though you can go there. I'm sure there are other video services that maybe don't cost as much. I also believe that we have some licenses through Summit, so you could also explore that. So BombBomb is what I use. Does anyone use BombBomb right now? Do they have it and they don't use it? Because I was paying for it for about 12 months before I started using it. Rudy, you're like, that's me. You know how much money you've spent on that? Use it, my friend. Too much, right? So BombBomb is a little bit spendy, but I am now using it. I feel much better about it. I'm savvy in it, and it makes things just a whole lot easier. So my first tip, okay, my first tactic, so to speak, for sending videos, and this will help you hold yourself accountable, is to create a series. Okay, this can look like Monday motivation or product of the week or Tuesday updates. Justin St. Clair does video Tuesday updates. Now, it doesn't replace the phone call. I will say that this never replaces the phone call, but it's almost like a mailer, right? Instead of doing mailers in the mail and spending $260 on all the stamps, you're mailing to your agent database and you're touching everyone at once. So I really like creating a series. The series I created, and the one I'm finding the most traction with, is called What's Up with Interest Rates, and up is capitalized, and then it has the date on it. This video goes out every Monday morning before 9 a.m. And I am literally regurgitating what Barry Habib says on MBS Highway in layman's terms, right? Now, I mentioned this on the Friday call. We don't sell interest rate. Interest rate isn't the most important thing. We all know it. It's hammered into us, right? But what is everyone talking about? Interest rates. What are clients asking realtors about when they say, hey, are you looking to buy a house? They first say, well, but interest rates. Most agents don't know how to answer, right? Most agents are still saying, well, the Fed raised interest rates again this week. Oh, the Fed is going to raise interest rates. Okay, we all know that that doesn't really raise the 30-year rate, right? Like, and so what I found is that giving my realtors the tools to speak with their clients articulately and also in layman's terms about what's going on in the bond market has created a little bit of a buzz around my new series. Okay, so it's called What's Up with Interest Rates. I can, in fact, get you guys all on my list if you want to see it every single Monday. Just shoot Rebecca or I an email and I'll get you on there. But it's a really good series. This is the one I'm finding the most traction with. A series that I've been brainstorming, and I thought maybe you guys might find it. You guys can tell me if you like this one, is Ask Me Anything. So you can send it either to a past client database, you can send this to your real estate agents, and then I would say like maybe every Wednesday you pick a question and you answer it, and then you also prompt them for more questions, right? So you can keep going. At first, you might have to make up the questions that you're asking or that you're answering in your video if no one's kind of responding at first. But Ask Me Anything is a series that I'm playing with. And so I thought that that might be fun. Does anyone have any other videos or series that they're doing right now? Is anyone doing videos? Let me ask that. Well, John King, you've got a voice for videos and a face, my friend. It's very. What video series are you doing, John?
I do a lot of different ones. So I do a Financial Friday.
Okay.
So I actually just transitioned off of that, but for the last year and a half, every Friday at noon, I did a live stream that talked about financial topics and brought in, financial planners as guest hosts, brought in a trust attorney, talked about different loan programs, talked about how to pay off your credit cards, just topics that have to do with finance. I did for about a year, I did a business builder webinar with realtors. And so I would have them join me every other Wednesday. Jonas joined me on one of those one time at an LO retreat and had him as a guest host and just talked about coaching stuff, things we learn in coaching and things realtors need to know, and did that as a Facebook Live and then would send it out to all of my realtors. For the last 4 years, I've done a Friday rate update email. So I send it out through BombBomb. I love it. But I now host the videos on YouTube because that way I get dual exposure, because it isn't just hosted on BombBomb because then only the people I sent it to can see it. I'm creating it and putting it on YouTube and sending it via BombBomb, but now YouTube's picking it up and I'm getting subscribers and I'm getting people watching what I'm putting out there on YouTube. So it allows me to get dual benefit for the same amount of time spent.
Good. I love that. What you're talking about and what I love is getting the traction, right? I read a statistic. Actually, Justin told me the statistic the other day that of our referrals, right, of all of the leads that we get, we're not going to get new leads from social media, right? You likely aren't going to get someone, John, from YouTube saying, I saw you on YouTube, I want to apply for a mortgage, with no other connection, right? Like that hardly ever is going to happen. But what it does do is it gives you ethos, right, or credibility when you're chasing a new agent. when you have a client, right, and you say, hey, go check out some information on YouTube or something like that, it's giving you that ethos. And so I love that. I haven't started a YouTube channel. Maybe you should be teaching this class and not me.
I'll just say one thing and I'll let you teach the class. I actually closed 2 transactions last month that came from YouTube.
Wow.
I'm getting about 10 to 15 leads a month from my YouTube channel. I'm 3 years into taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I just spent an hour and a half on a consultation with somebody in Southern California that found me on YouTube. And I'm going to give you a quick story, 10 seconds. I get a loan application filled out on my home now. Then I get an email from the borrower saying, hey, I've been watching you on YouTube and we're doing our loan with you. We just submitted the application. What's next? Like
Wow.
that's the long term
Yeah.
outcome, but that takes a lot of time to build a lot of traction. So that's not what you're teaching today. But the truth is, if you put in the time and you put in enough energy behind it, it can start to grow.
I love that. Well, and so that's just, again, I've been doing this for 2 months now and gaining some traction with agents, right? Which is one of the reasons that Jim asked me to come on and talk about it a little bit. So 3 years though. Okay, so now we know 3 years you'll start getting clients from it. I'm all in, right? Like if you're in it for the long haul, then you need to start going on YouTube. I'm just joking. That's fantastic. I'm super happy for you. Anybody else have a video series or video ideas that they're working on? I kind of want to hear. Denise, do you do videos? I don't think you and I've met in person, but do you do videos at all, sis?
No, as a matter of fact, I know I need to do them, thus I'm on this call.
There you go. All right, good. Okay. Let's see. Tim, I don't think I've met you. Tim, is it Curly? Do you do videos right now? You're muted, my friend.
There we go. So I've only been here for about 45 days, but yeah, I've done a lot of videos and I have a YouTube channel as well. But John, I have to say, it sounds like you're further along. So maybe I can catch up with you at some point and see what you're doing there.
Well, welcome. We're very happy to have you. 45 days in.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to give you guys some other, and everybody chime in if you've got one that's gaining traction for you. So this actually came from Mary Frank. And Mary is currently, I believe, with Lisa Hawes somewhere hiking. And there you go. She did a series, I think at the end of last year called Home for the Holidays. And I took something from her that actually got me about 4 transactions at the end of last year, which, as we all know, was like, wait a minute, what's happening? Are we going to, is the mortgage industry going to crash? What are we doing? So it was called Christmas Gift for insert agent name. And I did this for my top 5 agents. And I went through and found all the leads and all of the closed loans that we did in the year of 2022. And I sent a video to those clients and said, I really need your help. I want to get a Christmas gift for Stephanie Coates. And one of the things that I know she would love most is a referral from you or I for someone that's looking to buy or sell. Her greatest gift is helping people get into a home. In this holiday season, we want to help more clients like you. And I ended up with about 4 transactions that I was able to refer back, and then a couple closings for myself as well. That was a huge one for me. Why I didn't I'll do it again this year, but why I didn't expand on videos last year, right? Or why I didn't keep doing them, I couldn't tell you. We're loan officers, we squirrel, we think that the next shiny thing is something great. But that was a really good one. So Christmas gift for your agent. That's a great series to do. Let's see. I obviously do product of the week on Fridays. Jonas, are you doing any videos right now?
We are the one that's successful for us, but guys, you cannot be specific on this video. Is I call it, it's not dead until Manthai says it is. I send it out to my realtors each week, and each week I have a specific of a loan that we have tried to save. But be very careful about people's public information. So if it was an appraisal issue, just say appraisal issue. If it was debt to income, just say debt to income. So last week's video, we had a borrower who had an issue. They were trying to stretch a debt to income. The credit union turned it down. We actually closed it this morning. And we sent out the video, 2 weeks ago. Hey, it's not dead until Manthai says it is. Here's our save of the week. This is what we're doing. If you run into this problem or you're having this problem and don't know how to close your loan, please don't kill it till you call Mark and Jonas. So it's been very successful, and we're picking up some save deals through it.
I love that one. I love that one. And I've become known as the rescue lender in Lane County. So that one's pretty pertinent. So I think I like that one. I love this brainstorming. What else is everybody else doing? Is anyone else doing videos?
So
Jason, are you doing videos?
I'll give you a better name for that video series that Jonas did. And
Yeah.
It's called the SOL series. Your client thought they were SOL until we saved our loan by working with me.
I love that. I'm taking notes here. I'm a note taker. So saved our loan, SOL. That one's really good, actually. I love that one because I call, product of the week that I do on Fridays, I call it POW. So that one is great. Jason, do you do videos right now? Your social is hilarious. I feel like you could be on video, especially with the W in the background. Like you would be great at it.
I do videos, yeah. Well, I do Monday mortgage minutes for social, and I send those out to realtors. I also do probably once every other week. I do a video from what's called Social Studio out of MBS Highway.
Yep.
So I'll just steal some of their data, put it in there.
Yeah.
Realtors like that stuff, even though they don't understand it. Half time I don't understand it either. I'm just saying it because it's a script.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, do that.
That's what I started with this, but I think you jumped off late. My Monday video is just regurgitating what Barry Habib's had said, but in layman's terms, right? I don't really put any of the technical data in there, but I say, hey, important dates this week. Like on Monday, it said important days this week is going to be Wednesday because of this. And then we have the Fed meeting next week. This is why that's important. Right now, average interest rates are hovering here. Call me with more questions, right? And it just gives them a tool to talk to their clients about when the client says, what are interest rates doing?
Some of the most impactful videos I've ever done have been love videos. And I mean that in a way that, like, last year, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I went through my, like, probably top 30 agents, any agent really that referred me any business last year. And I sent them like a quick personalized video just on my phone. Like literally most of them, when I think I did this to I did to my VIPs too. So I sent it to like Todd and Jim and Robin. And anyways,
I did not get one.
sorry, missed you this time. But no, I'll do a video where I just say something like just like edify them, just like sometimes it's like a 20-second video, like something that just says like, hey, I really appreciate our relationship. I'm so thankful that I know you. You're a great business person or mom or XYZ thing. And I just value our relationship. I hope you know that going into this holiday season. I'm super grateful for you. So something like that. Those I got a ton of impact for. Also, not video, but FaceTiming agents. I've done that during our team meetings before. And just like we're in a team meeting and I'll say something like, I did this to one of my agents, Heather Stewart. I was just like, hey, we're just like wrapping up our team meeting and we're just talking about how awesome you are to work with. We just got that deal with so-and-so and like your communication's on point. And so I did it as a FaceTime, which is kind of video. So not really the same, but.
I love that one. I'm adding that to my list. I don't know. I'm going to have videos going out every single morning with this list. So I love that. Good job. Chelsea, are you sending videos?
I do send videos.
And what's your strategy? What's your series? What does that look like?
My videos are more updates on personal things going on, like what I'm doing for the community. I also do videos to clients that I'm going to have a meeting with. So like that morning, if I have a meeting scheduled with them throughout the day, I'll do a quick video and be like, I'm super excited to meet with you today. We're going to talk about
that's a good idea.
These things. See you soon. It's like 20 seconds each. I'll just walk, because I don't have an office space here. So I just walk into a room that's prettier and with a better background. And just real quick. Yeah, Ryan's pretty. I know. Sorry, Ryan.
He is. Yes, Ryan. I love that one. Very cool. Any other great ideas? Chris Clock? You're very charming. I feel like you need to be on video.
Debatable. Very debatable. I don't leave voicemails anymore. I just send videos instead. So
Wow.
I had a lot of my agents tell me. I had one in particular that said that it made her start doing it. And she said, because I knew that you had something personalized for me, and I was like, I'm gonna start doing it with my clients. She said she gets a lot better callback.
I love that.
And honestly, it's just as quick as if you're gonna do a voicemail anyways, because you got to wait for all the voicemail crap. So just hang
Yeah.
up immediately and just go to the video. It's a little bit quicker.
I love that. Okay. Now we're all talking about Chris Clock. So I mean, I've got a list. I don't know about you guys. These are all great lists, I think, and so now we need to commit ourselves to doing it, right? You heard John King. We are not going to gain traction by doing it one time. We are not going to gain traction by doing it 2 times, 3 times, right? Or once a month, Jacek, I would even argue, right? Allowing people to see our face is really, really impactful. Belly to belly, right, is always the goal. But when we can't do that, or when we're trying to hit as many people as we can, video is the best way to do that, whether it be into their email or into their phone, and it has to be consistent. So it is on my calendar every single Monday morning at 8 a.m. to film a video. I obviously have to go through and I kind of read what's going on, what happened over the weekend, make sure there were no major events in the world really that are going to impact interest rates, and then I send out that quick video. But one of the ways that I held myself accountable to that is in my very first What's Up with Interest Rates video, I said, you can expect to hear from me, or you will hear from me, some variation of that, every single Monday, or if there's a holiday, you'll hear from me every single Tuesday. And my goal here is that I can give you data to talk to your clients about, right? So right there, I committed myself to anybody that watched it, right, that you will be getting a video from me every single Monday. And now I cannot miss. And I will do it from my phone if I am out of town, right? Like it's something that they have now come to expect. It's something that they now know they can use. If they've heard something, they can refer back. But also, I'm the person they're calling if their client is asking them a question about interest rates that they can't answer. Right? So this is my series. This is where I'm finding the most traction. John's obviously got a different one. But that's kind of been my catalyst to getting these different meetings. I was asked by another boutique shop here in town to come and give market updates as well every other Thursday. So I'm at their meeting constantly every other Thursday, and hoping to gain traction with that one other team because that's a really big team here in town. One of the things I also wanted to talk about, and this is something that, Rene Rodriguez, if any of you follow Rene Rodriguez, is really, really good at, and he teaches you. So read the book, follow his content, frame, message, tie down. Why is this important? What to expect? Go into your message and then tie it down about how it applies to them. Super important when you're looking at doing videos. So go ahead and follow Rene every chance you get. And don't be afraid to recreate content, but make sure it's yours using that frame and that tie down. So that leads me up into my other kind of tip here. John, you kind of said it. Go ahead and follow my YouTube, get everything up, right? Get all my followers up. Like, it is okay to regurgitate information that we all do. Most of us aren't in the same market, so it is okay to go ahead and copy John's content or mine or J6 or anybody else's that you're kind of following to get video ideas. Hey, I don't know what to say this Friday. Go ahead and jump on YouTube. I love Denise Montgomery. I follow her on Instagram, The Mortgage Nerd. And sometimes I'll just regurgitate what she says about interest rates because she's so fantastic at explaining it. So if anybody doesn't follow her, I would definitely jump on there and follow. But overall, your goal is to stay consistent. Every single Monday, every single Friday, I am filming a video. If you're leaving town, you're filming 4 so that your team can go ahead and send them out for you, right? You're going to look silly if you only send one and then wait 6 months and send another one. You have to do it consistently. I have to hammer that home. And don't be scared to make a mistake or say something funny because you probably will. But that's okay. No one is really quizzing you about it. No one is really going and check. I mean, they might be checking your facts. Don't say something that is not factual. Don't say something that's not compliant, but don't be don't be afraid to make a mistake with it or say something a little bit funny. Just go out and do it, right? The more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get in front of it. And I think you will find a lot of success with it. So lists, and then I can answer questions, and then I'll let you guys go. These calls aren't meant to be an hour, I don't believe. I mean, I know it's time blocked for an hour in case we go over. People to send these videos to, obviously I have a list in my BombBomb that's called Top 40 List. That's going to be more personalized videos, right? Something like a Christmas gift, or, hey, I really appreciate you. I also have every agent that I talk to on the phone. Even if I don't work with them, I add them to my BombBomb list called All Realtors. If I am running numbers for a client, I add them into the listing agent into my BombBomb. I went to 6 open houses this weekend. I didn't know any of those agents. All 6 of them were added to my BombBomb the next morning. Any agent I come across, I automatically add them to my BombBomb. Every single time. There's a listing agent out of Portland that for whatever reason has a listing down in Eugene, and I met with him this weekend, and he immediately got my video on Monday morning, and he said, "Is this really what you do?" That was his response. He sent me a text message because I had texted him after I left. And I said, "Yeah, this is really what I do." And he said, "You shop for homes for your clients. You give realtors information. Is there anything you don't do?" And I said, "Well, I don't show them the houses, but let's work together," right? Like I made it a little bit funny. But every single person that I run into, anytime I run numbers, I call that agent, say, "How do you get the listing?" And I also add them to my BombBomb. Create lists for past clients with certain agents. So you can do the Christmas gift video. That one, again, is super, super helpful come the holidays. What other sort of lists should we be creating? Pre-approval lists. Hey, I'm just sending you a quick video to let you know if you're shopping this weekend, I'm available to run numbers, right? That one's super easy. We're still making TBD calls on Wednesday, but on Friday, we're sending out a video that says, "Don't be afraid to call me. I'm happy to help."
Maybe divorce attorneys on OLT liens.
Oh, I love that one. Divorce attorneys. Alternative referral partners, right? That's a really, really good one. What else?
On-site builder reps on Save a Deal stuff.
Love. Yeah, they typically need save a deals, those builder reps. John, who else? Are you sending just overarching, or do you have different lists and different people that you send to?
I have a whole bunch of lists. So please do not call me to ask how to do this call marketing, but a couple of tips of advice. You can link your Jungo Salesforce account to BombBomb. I don't ever add somebody to BombBomb. So every single realtor, I have a list of realtors in Salesforce. And when I add somebody and I put their group name as a realtor, they're automatically added in BombBomb in my realtor list. So everybody that you put in, and they get in Salesforce automatically because they go there from Encompass. So every one of my borrowers is automatically added. I don't add them. I let automation do it for me. So that's probably the best advice I can give you is don't add it yourself. The other thing is in BombBomb, you can create a form, a landing page. And so you can send out to people and say, hey, send them an email and say, hey, fill out this form and sign up for my newsletter. So you don't have to say, hey, email me. Loren, you didn't have to say, hey, email me or Rebecca to get on my list. If you had that form, they just put in their name, their email address, and they're added to the list automatically. So there's little things if you're trying to create a list, the technology's there and it's really, really easy to do. But you can do lists on anything. It depends on what your topic is going to be. And again, my recommendation, if you're going to do video a lot, is to just host them all on YouTube, because BombBomb has the link that you can just say, hey, insert a YouTube video. So you don't have to do anything special. You just have to get the link from YouTube. And when you go to create the BombBomb email, instead of inserting a video, you click on the left where it says YouTube and you put the YouTube link. It works seamlessly. But now you're building two audiences. You're building the audience of people that you're emailing, then you got the passive audience of just the videos are sitting there. And there's a lot of strategy around the YouTube side of it. I've spent a good amount of time on it, and I'm not For most people, that's not necessary. So just put it there. It doesn't hurt for you to have it sitting there. The last piece of advice, Loren, on what you said, you talked about don't watch your own video. Don't watch your own video ever, ever. Don't edit your videos. Think about when you leave a voicemail for someone. Chris Clock doesn't leave voicemails anymore, but when you pick up the phone and you leave a voicemail, if you mess up your words, what do you say? Oops, and then you go on. Do that in your video. You're human. When I see people have videos that are choppy and you cut something out, it's like, what were they cutting out? It just doesn't feel authentic. So don't spend any time editing. Don't spend any time rewatching. You know when you left the voicemail if you screwed up. Like if I dropped an F-bomb accidentally, well, don't drop an F-bomb on the voicemail, right? You're not going to do that on a video either. So if you mess up, just keep going. Hey, sorry about that. I got a frog in my throat. I had to get some water. Anyway, what I was saying was blank. That's all you're doing. So it makes you come across as approachable, as human, and that's critical because that's what video can do totally different than a voicemail or the written word.
Yes. Yes. It is totally different. In the absence of being able to be belly to belly, at least they can see your face. Right. And I think John King should coach the follow-up open line call about how to link all these things together and use them appropriately. Right. Like I'm a fan. What questions can I answer, or John King, obviously coach with Next Level Coaching, questions about anything that I've kind of mentioned? I tried to give you guys some tactics, but also some confidence to go out and do it, which is really the goal here, right? These aren't meant to be tutorials. It's supposed to be ideas and things to help you get the process started, but no one can do it but you. So what questions can either John or myself answer? I think that he might be a little bit more efficient at this than us. Justin?
I've actually got one for Chris. You say you don't leave voicemails anymore. You just send videos. Do you record a generalized video, or is each video specific to whoever you just try to call?
If I'm calling, so I do a monthly happy hour. So if it's like a monthly happy hour, I might make a generic one like, hey, just inviting you to happy hour. Would love to see you and your family there. My family would be there. Just a reminder, I pay for food, bowling lane, shoes. You pay for your drinks. See you there. That would be a generic one, but any other one is specific. So I'd say their name. I say their name immediately. It's just like leaving a voicemail. It's just a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a strategy. I bought a list of basically every realtor in my area. It's like 13,000 people. I've got that all linked to my Jungo, so they're all getting surefire updates and whatnot. And every once in a while, people respond to those. I kind of upgrade them on my priority list to call quicker. But I've already checked into BombBomb, and I cannot have that many people attached to BombBomb. So there's a limit on that. So I'm trying to figure out, I wouldn't want them to be linked to Jungo because then I could only have like 3 of the 13,000. I definitely want to do people that I've actually talked to and add those specifically one by one. But I do like that video because I'm trying to, make sure I'm calling plenty of people on Monday and pretty much every day since I'm newer and don't really have a lot of past clients or a whole lot of realtor partners. That's the part I'm still trying to focus on and get. But yeah, okay, cool. Thank you.
If you're new, face to face, Justin, all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've joined the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce. They do a ribbon cutting for new businesses in the area on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've been recently doing that. That's been great. I've talked to a few people from there that have invited me to other networking events. I've been doing a ton of those. It's been a little less cold calls and more networking, but I feel like that's been more prospectful than the cold calling had so far.
Open houses, I'm done.
Yep, that's on the weekends.
So I'll throw out a few more ideas. First of all, after you meet with a client, you can send them a video with a follow-up recap of what you talked about. I do that regularly. And so I will just turn on my camera. Hey, Bob, you just left my office. I just wanted to repeat what we just talked about. So here's the game plan. You've got to do A, B, and C. You're qualified at this price. You're going to be reaching out to your realtor and talking to them about, getting a seller credit for this much money. If you have questions, give me a call back. And often I'll share my screen because with BombBomb's recording, you've got a screen recording function that you can switch from my face to your screen. And so I can say, hey, here's a recap. I also do the screen recording when I'm presenting numbers to somebody. Maybe it's an updated pre-approval that they want, and I'll talk to them on the phone and I'll say, hey, I'm going to send you the numbers and explain to you how this works. And I'll talk through the program and I'll show it on my screen. I use Mortgage Coach, but I show the Mortgage Coach on my screen and I'm clicking through and saying, hey, scenario number 1 is this, number 2 is that, and number 3 is this. I personally and professionally recommend option number 1, and here's why. And then I send that as a video, and I'll see them watch it 3 or 4 times because they're able to digest it easier and they can rewind and watch it over again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final thing I do is I've got videos on certain FAQs, certain things that, how do I repair my credit? So I'll be on the phone with a client and I'm like, look, you need to follow my 3-step credit repair plan. And I'm going to explain it to you, but I'm going to send you a video afterwards that explains what the plan is. And so you don't need to worry too much about taking notes right now. Just ask me if you have any questions as I explain it. And then I send it because it's the same plan every time. Pay your bills on time, pay down your credit cards to below 30%, pay off your collections, and open a new credit card if you don't have a lot of debt, or not enough credit. So the plan's the same. You get a lot of the same questions. If somebody's asking you the same question over and over again, record a video about it. Send that out proactively, but have it ready in your library so that when somebody calls you and says, hey, I don't understand this, how does my escrow account work? You know what? I've got a great video about that. Let me first understand your questions. Video does not replace the conversation. It doesn't replace answering their question. It supplements it. And it saves you a lot of time. And so you might explain something and say, hey, here's how it works. Watch my video, and then let's talk again tomorrow and make sure that makes sense. And it saves you a whole bunch of time and gives them the opportunity to digest the information at their speed.
I love that. I love the escrow question. I love the credit build question. Those are fantastic. I'm like super inspired to go build my YouTube account and just have these things like ready to go. Thank you, John King. I'm so happy that you're here.
I have a video that's about 5 years old that I have on my YouTube channel called Mortgage Insurance versus Homeowners Insurance. I probably still get 50 views a month on it. It's 5 years old. Okay. I had way less gray hair. It was not me, but it was a good video that you put that kind of content out there. And over time, whether again, I'm not promoting YouTube as a solution. It takes a long time to get traction there, but even sending your clients there, hey, I've got a good library on YouTube, and having that information there makes you more of an expert. And I kid you not, the client I spoke to this morning that applied and then sent the email and I had my consultation with them over video, the first thing that the wife said is, I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. I'm like, yeah, don't tell my wife. But that's pretty cool, right?
Love. What other questions does anybody have? What other questions or ideas or brainstorms? What's everybody thinking? Nothing? Are y'all going to go log into BombBomb or YouTube and start filming some videos? Denise, I feel like you have a face for video.
Loren, do we get our BombBombs directly from BombBomb, or do we do through marketing?
I believe you would email marketing to see about about the licenses that they currently have. Yeah.
I don't know if you know that Barry now has a video share.
He does, yes. Yep, he does have a video share feature through MBS Highway. So if you didn't want to pay for both, you could obviously use that. I haven't dived too deep into that particular feature of MBS Highway.
I just signed up for this morning, coincidentally.
Oh, there you go.
I've been in MBS Highway like for probably 20, as long as I've known Barry. So, well,
yeah,
I've known him a long time. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because Diana shows you exactly what to do and how to do it.
She did. I watched her video the other day, and she's so good on camera. Diana is so good. Well, I'll add me to your list so I can see how you're doing it. Because I want to see that one, and then everybody go follow John King on YouTube. I will get everybody that wants to be added into my Monday video on there, and then as I start these series, I'll keep you guys posted. But I don't know if you know this, Mom Boss. Robin started Mom Boss, right, as a BombBomb video. And she's getting 3 views, 5 views, 10 views. and now she's on Instagram, and it's now her, her claim to fame is this mom boss, and she's really gaining traction with it. So, like John said, it takes a while, but I think you can see some short-term gains right away if you start being consistent right now. Okay.